Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Coalition of Independence Nation. We are back again with a wonderful setup and lineup for you today. I don't know about anybody else, but I thoroughly enjoyed last week when we revealed our shadow ministers competent to go out and do what they say they're going to do under the Coalition of Independence government. I believe in the New Bahamas, and I'm so excited to see that come to fruition. I see the aquamarine, I see the gold, I see the black, I see the proud Bahamian. I am a proud Bahamian. I don't know about you, but listening to them last week make me believe in the Bahamas even more. I believe in what we're doing, and I know we're going to do a great thing as a Coalition of Independence government, because we don't just stand for Coalition of Independence. We stand for you, the Bahamians in the Commonwealth of the Bahamas. Can't wait to have Bahamians from all around the world to come home, because home is where the heart is, and we will treat you like you're supposed to be treated. You will be paid like you're supposed to be paid. No more taking the crumbs from the table. I am excited. I don't know. Yes. And good evening to my studio audience who, listen, they have been coming. They have been consistently coming over and over again. We say thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I don't know if you can see the vision of the New Bahamas. I don't know if you can see a country that is actually independent, a country that is working. A couple people said when they came up, let's fix the Bahamas. Let's fix the Bahamas under the Coalition of Independence government. Let's stop the begging and the loans and all of these things that we are doing, because we are a rich nation with rich resources all over. The Lord has placed us strategically on this earth where we have so many natural resources around us. And I'm so grateful to be a part of what is happening. I'm so grateful to be a part of history being changed. I'm so grateful to be a part of this great vision and the visionary of the Coalition of Independence. Could you give yourselves a round of applause for being a part of change? Because change ain't coming, change is here. So, I'm just sitting here looking pretty and smiling and waiting on our leader to come as he presents, he gives his report or whatever he has to say about what has happened last week and what are we to look forward to now, even as the heat is on, as it pertains to elections coming up. We can see elections, we can feel it in the air, but I'm going to tell you, Bahamians, register to vote. If you don't register to vote, you've already taken away your choice. You've already taken away what it is that you want to. We don't want you to be voiceless in this time. We want you to have a voice. We want you to stand up and speak out at the polls, because enough is enough. And if you're not tired of going to the food store with those high bills and going to the gas station with those high prices, listen, you can stay right here. But us, as we sit here, we believe that the New Bahamas is going to, listen, if you don't vote for the New Bahamas, you're still going to be a part of it. And we're not going to exclude you from anything that's going to happen. We believe in what's going to happen, and we know, as the vision has been spoken, it shall come to pass. So without further ado, we extend welcome to our leader, Mr. Lincoln Michael Bain, as he comes to give his regards, his report, all of those wonderful things. So, hey, welcome, Mr. Lincoln Michael Bain. Yes. And as he, makes his way, hopefully, I'm going to just talk and yes, he's coming now. Welcome, Mr. Lincoln Michael Bain, the visionary and the vision person and all of that for the Coalition. Careful. Yeah, we know you're excited. For the Coalition of Independence. He's going to speak to us. You may be seated. Thank you so much. He's going to speak to us and share the vision and share the receipts and all of those things as it pertains to tourism and, the unfortunate accident that happened. We say condolences to the family of the gentleman that lost his life. I think it was an industrial accident at Mario's or somewhere around the vicinity of Mario's bowling alley. We say condolences to the family. We are praying for you. We pray that God keeps you in perfect peace, even as your mind is stayed on him. He's going to bring regards, and he's going to talk a little bit about that. But we're here, and we believe that change is here for each and every one of you. Welcome, Mr. Bain.
Good evening, and thank you for having me. I'll just switch. Thank you for having me on our show. Ladies and gentlemen, it is COI Live, and it's always a pleasure to spend our Sundays with you all over the world. People are watching from all over the world. We started late, and I literally started getting calls from all over the world. I couldn't believe those people were watching. And but ladies and gentlemen, we are doing this because we love our country. We are doing this because we love our country, and it's time for a shift. It's time for a major change. The country has become stagnant. It has become stale like the Dead Sea. It's time for us to stir up the waters. And it's time for something new. And I want you to know that it's not going to happen through our power. It's not going to happen not by might, not by power. It's going to happen by His Spirit. I'm not ashamed of my love for Christ and my love for God, my belief in God. As a political leader, I always say that. I'm not ashamed. If you don't believe, then you don't believe. I do. And I believe that God wants something different for His people in this hour. And I believe that it is time. It is time. I believe that. And so that's what we're going to have. So first of all, like Aisha said, I want to give condolences to that family that lost a breadwinner on that excavation project. It was, beyond sad. Whenever a Bahamian dies, I really love my Bahamian people, and anytime someone goes through something like this, it really touches me. We need to put the proper laws in place in this country. Yes. I just want to say that, Aisha, that did not have to happen. And, we have a mining bill that they just pushed through the House, but they have not implemented it. And that mining bill might have saved that man's life because it would have put certain things in place. So that if the land has to be properly tested before you do excavation, because the Bahamas is full of holes and caverns, etc., because it's limestone. And so proper checks would have been done. But there are some people who are blocking that bill from going into play, and it's because they're making money from the way it is. They want this country to be a cowboy town. But how many of you know that we're going to get this country in order? Yes. And so, I've been receiving reports that Leslie Miller was the person, one of the persons behind that excavation. Wow. And so I'm investigating now. And since Leslie Miller is always before the public, he can let the public know if that's true. I don't know if there's an investigation being done. There can't be, because who will be doing the investigation? That doesn't come under the Ministry of Works. It doesn't come under the police. It doesn't come under anyone. But if the mining bill was put into place, it would have come under an authority. But of course, they want a cowboy town because the majority of money made in this country was not made by drugs. It was not made by tourism. It was made by excavation. Wow. Mining of our natural resources, our limestone. Yes. That's why whenever they're going to develop a subdivision, they find the hilly areas and then they cut it down and make the money. They dig canals and they make the money from the canals.
Wouldn't that make our country vulnerable, though, to flooding?
It does, because all of the excavation is causing rumbling on the ground, and sometimes they use dynamite, etc. So the caverns and caves underneath, and the small holes that's in the ground where the water gets to go down when it rains, they collapse, and that's why we're seeing flooding all over the country because of that. And so that's a serious problem. So we just want to say, our condolences to that family, and that's something that needs to be investigated. But it's almost like it's already been swept under the rug, and no one is being held accountable. Bahama Hot Mix has come out and said it's not them, and so we need to find out who it is. But you notice the media isn't digging. So that means it's probably someone connected to politics. And so far, we've heard that it may be Leslie Miller, and so we're looking forward to seeing him deny that if it isn't him. If it isn't him, then that's fine, but we need to know who it is, and we need to make sure that these things are done properly. There actually is a law that you have to get permission from the government, a permit, in order to cut down hills.
Wow.
So we need to know who got that permission.
And I have a question before you jump into the next thing. Did we have enough protocols in place for that? You said it's on the books, but I realize that there are a lot of things on the books that we're not doing. We're actually not doing it in the country. Another thing was, were our emergency people prepared for something like that? Because it seems as if they didn't really know exactly what to do to get, to that gentleman in time. I'm not sure. I'm just saying from my point of view. Could you tell us a little bit?
They clearly were not, all right? And to be fair, this isn't something that happens every day.
Right.
And so our search and rescue should have been trained to deal with this kind of stuff. The Prime Minister touted a youth program that got volunteers so that when there's hurricanes, etc., they can do search and rescue and that kind of stuff. So those persons should have been in place and been able to be called out, because in those kinds of situations, you may have buildings that fall on people, etc. You could have mudslides, etc. So were they really trained? It appears like maybe they weren't. Maybe it was just a going through the motion kind of thing. And so that's what we really got to look at. But on the scene, it clearly they were letting civilians do the work, and then after they found the body, then the police started to push everyone back. Wow. And so we need to be prepared for these kind of things if we're going to be mining. Next thing I want to touch on before we get started, and by the way, today we're talking about tourism. We're talking about our vision for tourism.
Yes.
All right, we're going to transform tourism in this country, but before we get there, we got some documents to show you. I know some people like when I show documents because they know.
You always come with the receipts, though. Always.
Yeah, this could be serious. This one could be serious.
Yeah.
Especially with that those two the press conference that the government had.
Okay.
Dealing with the Grand Lucaya and dealing with the Gin project with Old Bahama Bay. This could be serious.
I'm excited.
All right? We tired of the scams. The political scams, I should say.
Yes.
All right. But before we get there, I also want to touch on the Commissioner of Police and the Minister of National Security did something that to me was shameful.
Okay.
They're the persons who are supposed to keep order in this country. God is a God of order.
Yes.
And a U.S. attorney, based on knowledge that he has from being involved with a case, made a statement that the entire system in the Bahamas is corrupted. The entire system is corrupted.
Wow.
All right? And that's a statement. And that's that man's opinion, and he has a right to have an opinion. But they basically said that they were offended by his opinion, by his statement. They were offended. I am offended by the fact that they were offended. Because as the Commissioner of Police and the Minister of National Security, if you hear that there may be a systematic corruption problem in your country, you should open an investigation, not be offended. Your response 8 days later, as if someone instructed you go deal with that, your response 8 days later should not be, I am offended, and that's just one person, not because you represented one person. Commissioner of Police, I don't know if you get the daily reports or if you even read the newspaper, but in that one case alone, there was more than one official arrested. There was more than one police officer arrested. And the name of a minister was given to the authorities. A minister in this country who receives allegedly $2 million. $2 million. Guess what, Aisha?
What's that?
I know the name.
Wow. Ooh.
Let them sweat a little bit more.
Yeah.
I know the name.
Name or names?
The whole thing was an Andres connection.
Wow.
I can leave that right there. But I know the name.
Food for thought.
And this country has been run like a drug mafia of recent times. And it's not just the PLP. This thing started from under the F&M also, all right? But under this administration, it got worse. And now we have federal authorities pointing fingers. What the commissioner or the minister of national security should do, hold an investigation, hold a commission of inquiry to clear our names.
Please, yes.
That's what you do.
Yes.
If you know there's a problem.
Yes.
You fix it. That's what leaders do. You don't get offended because of someone's opinion. Now, that man's client spoke to him. That man's client was involved with this thing, so he knows what's going on. Let's not embarrass ourselves internationally by making foolish statements about being offended. Last thing I want to say, I see that the government has put out a warrant of arrest for Brittany Harris.
Again.
That's the activists who put
Yes,
stuff out there on
yes.
social media, and she doesn't always agree with us, and
No,
sometimes
she
she
doesn't.
even attacks
Yeah,
us. But I am here for Bahamians.
Absolutely.
I don't care.
Yes.
When Maria Daxon called me and said, they arrested Brittany and she wanted to go and assist, I said, yes, that's a Bahamian.
Yes.
Go get her.
Yes, that's right.
Go get her.
Yes.
Go and assist. All right? We don't always have to agree.
No.
I have friends, I support the Lakers. I have friends who support the Celtics we still friends.
Yes, yes.
So it doesn't matter if you have differences of opinions. I have
Right.
friends who are Seventh-day Adventists.
It's true.
I have friends who, don't even believe in God.
Yes.
But we have to coexist as a people. So I just wanted to say that I think our government needs to learn to be more thick-skinned. They need to stop being thin-skinned and going after every little thing you say about them. That shows weakness, especially when the emperor has no clothes. That is a serious weakness. I feel what Brittany Harris is going through because we were arrested for standing up because of this immigration crisis. We were arrested viciously. Some of our people were beaten, dragged, thrown into buses, and they were tortured by being held in a cell for more than the legal 48 hours before being taken to court, given major bail. Some people got hold me the numbers, $4,000 or $5,000 bail. We had to find cash within an hour, or we was going to Fox Hill.
Wow.
That's the kind of
Ridiculous.
things that this government was doing to its own Bahamian people. And I'm saying this while I know that many people around the world are watching. That's the kind of operation they run.
But could I say something as it pertains to that as well? In listening to the stories of those who were arrested along with you, especially the females, there were females who were in the cell who had,
Their monthly cycles
going on.
The
and
same
they
thing
were
happened to Brittany
not-
Harris.
They could not get the things that they needed
No,
to.
they had to
That
sit there and
is
suffer
crazy. That
for days.
uncalled for. That is, I don't know, words.
That's what this administration did to Bahamians.
Wow.
This administration.
For a
All right.
protest.
Yes, for going and speaking to your rights. And guess what has now happened? They have now released, this weekend, they released a document saying that immigration, the Bahamas is no longer going to issue work permits to persons from Haiti because they can't verify the documents. This is what we were saying all these years ago. This is what we got arrested for.
Yes.
At that time, they stopped it for a couple of weeks and then they brought it right back secretly. But now they're doing what we have been telling them all this time. There's no government there. Where are they getting these documents from?
Wow.
To apply. Okay? And so we suffered for the Bahamian people.
Yes.
Freedom isn't free, and someone has to pay for that.
It's true.
But let me tell you something. When God sends me somewhere to say something or to do something, no one is going to stop that. I'm going to do that.
Absolutely.
And I don't fear them.
Absolutely.
So I just
Thank
wanted
you
to
for
make
that.
that abundantly clear. The government should lay off that case. Just leave that alone, man. Just leave that alone. I know it's personal and you want to silence people, but let's move on, all right? And I just want to say that we have to continue standing with each other as Bahamians. Um, I heard Brittany make a cry that the leader of her party, Michael Pintard, didn't look out for her or whatever it was, didn't, stand up for her, etc. I can tell you that a leadership should always look out for his people.
It's true.
And especially when you have someone who is speaking out on your party's behalf
Yes.
and getting victimized because of information you may have given them
It's true.
and standing up for you. I can tell you, when Maria Daxon was arrested, we were there in front of that station,
Yes,
and
yes.
we didn't leave without her.
Yes, I remember
We
that.
left that station with her. All right? That's what leaders do. You go for your people.
Yes.
All right? We went for ours. That's what you do.
Yes.
All right.
Mr. McQueen said something. He's our shadow minister for foreign affairs.
Yes.
And he said something last week, and he said, wherever you are, as long as you are Bahamian, we are coming to get you.
Yes.
If you are in trouble and you need us, we are coming to get you. We're not going to send a word. We're going to be there, boots on the ground, and I love that for every Bahamian. And believe me, it's going to happen under a coalition of independence government.
Definitely.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yes.
We had another supporter, gatekeeper, some police officers were there, to do something with his son, and they ended up attacking him and beating him up. I saw the video going around again. That was a couple of years ago, though. But we jumped on a plane right away.
Wow.
We jumped on a plane right away.
Wow.
Went to Grand Bahama, got him a lawyer, paid for his lawyers,
Wow.
and dealt with that matter. That's what leaders do.
Yes.
That's what they do. You look out for your people.
Yes.
When Lynx Jones was murdered, and they faked an accident to hide it, they did not expect us to come for our own.
Wow.
We went for our own.
Yes.
And we went over there and investigated that ourselves.
Yes.
And all of the investigators broke off running because they realized they're in trouble. You ain't in trouble yet. You could be in trouble in a minute.
In a minute.
That's all I gotta say. And so you should go for your own. That's the kind of leadership we need in this Bahamas. Not leaders that are scared to stand up for their people and stand with their people. We need a new Bahamas and a new kind of mindset. And that takes us to what we're talking about today, tourism. But before we get to talking about tourism proper, and you're going to hear from our shadow minister of tourism once I finish with this part of it. The government went to Grand Bahama, Aisha, and they put on this show. I actually wish they didn't do that, because they really embarrassed themselves, and they went over there to make it seem like they were doing something. Oh, we're taking over the power company. That's to make people feel like, oh, we care about the prices you're paying and this kind of stuff, when there was nothing done. And so they made it look like a deal was made, but the company said no deal was made. Oh. That's a government that knows that it is failing, it has done nothing, so it's trying to take everything, and if they change a manhole in the middle of the road, they're going to have a big celebration.
I know.
Rechange the manhole.
Yes.
And so they went there and celebrated that and got embarrassed. And I don't know how they're not ashamed of what they're doing. You would remember we put out a video where they went to Cat Island to show the progress on the airport, and you could hear them. Someone was recording, and you could hear them saying, hey, we're just going to make this look good. They brought some people there to make it look like they were working, and you could hear them saying, just make it look like you're doing something. Oh, and shoot the camera from straight ahead, otherwise they'll know we only put up one wall. They literally only put up the part of the front wall and didn't put up the other four walls, and they had to shoot from that angle, and it was embarrassing. And so now we're back to that again because they've not really accomplished anything. So they're trying to find little small things that are not significant to make it look like a big thing. And so they also talked about this Grand Bahama hotel, the Grand Lucayan, and that situation. Well, I'm going to show you some documents on that in a minute. But first I want to talk about the other deal they talked about, which was the Old Bahama Bay situation and Gin. Because I got some documents on that too. Both of them are shrouded in corruption and scandal, both of those deals. And so I'm going to start in the West and then come back forward. because, oops, I'm sorry. I'm messing up your set. We're going to start in the west and bring it back forward, all right? So, let's go west. The old Bahama Bay and the Ginn project was dead on arrival. Some persons ended up getting arrested. Some scammers were part of it, and they got arrested and did time in jail, who were originally part of the development, etc. And that's something that I was on TV at the time. I'd exposed back then. I was doing this for a very long time. That was the early 2000s. And we had exposed that there was nothing happening there. But Perry Christie came, election was coming up, and he was like, the Ginn is moving and they're building, and he was speaking to the Bahamas Business Outlook, and he was like, and they're building and the billings are going up, and I can't wait for y'all to see it, and he was talking like this Ginn was happening. So we jumped on a plane, a TV show, and we went there, and we showed everyone nothing is happening. In the middle of the day, in the middle of the week, we couldn't hear one tractor.
Wow.
Not one hammering. Nothing.
Crickets.
We showed it. The only thing they had there was one of those trailer offices that they brought in, and no work had been done.
Wow.
And that seems to be endemic of these flammers.
Yes.
They don't care about the project. They care about making their under-the-table money from the people who want to do the project, and then whatever happens, happens. They don't care. And this seems to be carrying on to this day. Now, now, I'm not able to control the show now, so the producer has to put up whatever I tell him to put up, so you all just bear with us as we get these things up. The Ginn project got stale, it went away, and another company took it over, and they've had hell trying to get it off the ground. They've been being blocked. But in the middle of all of that, there's a lawsuit. And so the question is, an announcement was made last week that this company called Coakley International, they said the young man with that is of Bahamian descent. Okay. But Coakley International, they said, Coakley International was putting it out there that he had won the bid. That's his words. He had won the bid for this to get the Ginn property and Old Bahama Bay, and that he had paid a bidding fee of $2.6 million, and they were buying all that property for $26 million. Let me put this in perspective for you. There is a house in Old Bahama Bay, one house, for sale for $20 million.
Wow.
One house.
Wow.
You can Google it. How in the world you get the whole 2,000 acres and the resort that is there, Old Bahama Bay, for $26 million? How does that happen? In what world does that happen?
In the Bahamas.
That in the Bahamas under these corrupt governments.
Yes.
And so the guy recently put out a story. He put out some documents. Let me see if I sent the documents to the producer, because I like you all to see when I talk. And let me see what I've sent to him. The guy put out a fairy tale that he basically, in the way he worded it, was trying to make it seem like the deal was closed, like the deal was done. And so this is the kind of thing we have to avoid. Oh, this thing is sinking.
And while you're doing that, I want to tell each and every Bahamian, stop falling for the lies every election cycle. I mean, they come and they tell you stories over and over. We're going to do this and we're going to do that. Why didn't you do it in the 4.5 years prior to election? Why wait until this time to make all of these big dreams? Stop falling for the lies, Bahamians. We need a new Bahamas, and we need to fix the Bahamas. And it's only going to happen under the Coalition of Independence.
So, producer, put it on the screen for them. Coakley International awarded bid for Premier West End, I guess, property. Put that one up on the screen so I could just show you all that they put this out there saying that. All right? I want to show you how fake these people are. Because we need a real country that works this time. Tired of the flim-flamming. It's going to get deep. So you all just hang with us. Okay. So Coke International awarded. Okay. So here we go. All right. So on the screen, well, I won't look back. On the screen, you can see exactly what they were allegedly saying. Says West End Grand Bahama, and this was reportedly put out by Coakley International. Yeah, they said Coakley International is pleased to announce that it has been awarded the bid for the former LRA OBB Ginn and Credit Suisse Properties holdings in West Grand Bahama. This landmark acquisition marks a significant milestone in the long-awaited revitalization of this iconic destination. Landmark acquisition means you got the property, right? That you awarded the bid,
Yes.
that you got it.
Yes,
And landmark acquisition means that's done.
it's finished.
That's what he put out to persons, to investors. This sounds like fraud to me.
Wow.
Because I'm going to play you a video now. The Prime Minister in Grand Bahama was asked about this. Because we don't know how that could have happened when the property didn't go out to bid. When there's some tax issues and the property didn't go out to bid. All right? Well, it went out to bid a few years ago and then they pulled it back. And now this guy is trying to say that he has won some kind of bid. We don't know about any bidding process. Okay? And so let's hear what the Prime Minister had to say about that. That's the video that I sent to you where it says no deal. Let's hear what the Prime Minister had to say when asked about this Coakley deal in West Grand Bahama.
Was this in the recent press conference?
It's very recent, a few days
Oh, wow,
ago.
yeah.
That was put out a few days ago, and this was after that was put out, because we were trying to figure out how you could sell that, and there's a court situation, one,
Wow.
and there's some tax situations, two, and we didn't hear about any bid.
Jeez. 3.
So how do you do that? Yes, go ahead.
One question for Media House, beginning with Barbara Walker of Grand Bahama. Good afternoon, everyone. Here when we spoke about the Grand Bahama airport, there was some information out about West End, and we get some information about the Coakley International briefing that I heard. So,
Yeah. I'm advised by the minister responsible for investments that there's been no approval. There's been no formal application for the project that is being mooted, and that discussions have been held and they are continuing.
thank you. Right, Denise Walking.
The Prime Minister is saying that there was only some discussions. That fraudulent company that I'm going to call them now based on what I'm seeing, that's my opinion, that company put out something, allegedly they put it out, that says that they have acquired this, that they
Yes.
won the bid. But guess what? This isn't the first time that they did this, you know. Because see, when you do this kind of stuff, you're able to raise money. All right? You're able to go out there and say, see, we got the bid, etc. We can, give us some money. They did this before. In 2023, they actually put something out there saying that they had already gotten control of Old Bahama Bay. That's the next document I sent to you. It says screenshot something. You can look at your WhatsApp. I want you to see this document that that they had originally put out there. This when they were trying to raise money and get people to give them money to pay for this resort. They put out this thing on their website in PDF form so that persons could give them money. But in this document, they actually said, this from 2023, that they've already gotten control of the property.
Wow.
So this is a document. I'll turn around to see what y'all are seeing. Yes. This is a document. And so that's Old Bahama Bay over here on the left, and that's again property, all these canals, etc. So just scroll for them, because we're going to go to page 14. So just scroll until you get there. This is the deck that they put out there. See, they even got Brave face in there.
Yeah.
Go back. They put his face there, I
Yeah.
guess, to make people feel like there's something legit.
It's legit, yeah.
All right, so let's go. Keep going. Next page. We're going to go to page 14. Yeah, so they show all about the Bahamas, Coakley International. All right, go back to those people. All right, go back some more. Go back some more. Go back some more. Go back some more. Go to the next page. Yeah, keep going back. Okay, that first one there, go to the next page. Okay, so that's the Coakley fella who is behind this. He is there as the man in charge of this, all right? Said real estate developer. And this is managing partner. There's someone missing from here who is now a part of this that I'm going to show you, and it's scary. And I can show you the track record of these people, because the PLP look like they like to deal with criminals. I'm talking about these ones here, but the one they added to the company. All right? So let's go. Let's go down to page 14. Let's skip all that. Let's go straight down to page 14. All right, this page 14. Now let's read. Read, Bahamas, read. This their document. They calling it Bristol Point now, so they ain't gonna be Old Bahama Bay no more. They want to call it Bristol Point. Bristol Point is a 2,200 plus acre master plan mixed-use resort community, 2,100 acres of the former Ginsumer development, Bobby Ginn's failed dream, and 100 plus acres of Old Bahama Bay, now under the control of Coakley International. Now under the control of Coakley International. Let me tell you something. The devil is a liar.
Indeed.
That never happened. But in order to raise money, he told persons that he was already in control of Old Bahama Bay, which is not the truth. And so I'm told that Michael Scott, who was the lawyer for the other persons who actually own the property, actually filed a complaint to the SEC. And you know, they might take long, but whenever they come in. All right, the SEC might take 5 years, but when they reach, they reach.
Sure.
And they made a complaint about this to the SEC because that's deceit. That seems to be fraudulent to me. That's fraud.
Yeah.
How are you in control? How is Coakley International in control? You need to explain that and if you can't, that's fraud.
It's true.
But these are the people they're dealing with. But it gets worse.
Really?
Yes, that's the good stuff.
Wow.
It gets worse. Let's go to their website. I should have sent that to you. Can you display their website on here? Let me send you their website. Everybody make sure you're sitting down when we start to hear what's really going on there. And this the kind of stuff, the PLP, I mean, y'all got to stop, man. Just Guardian, please, man.
Not at all.
All right, I'm going to send you the link to their website, straight to the team page, not to the front page, straight to the team page. It's like they love to deal with these scammy type people. All right? And if the government saw them do that, they should have not even entertained them. Conversation should have been over.
It's true.
Because if they knew about this, and the government did know about that, how are you now pitching this to investors? And so any investor that is hurt by this, if they're hurt, because this might be a good thing, it might work out. But any investor that is hurt, they can actually sue the government also.
Wow.
Because the government knows about this and did nothing. You going to the website? Okay, he's going to go to the website right now. I want you to see. I want you all to see what's going on here. Now, okay, he's going to pull up the website right now. Okay, we're here on the website. And so we went straight to the team page on the website, not the front page. We went to the team page. And I also went to this website to see if they have ever done if Coakley International has ever done anything on this level. This is a $6.5 billion investment they're trying to make. Before I go there, $6.5 billion.
With a B.
Atlantis was $1 billion. This 6.5 Atlantis is.
Wow.
Before we go to the team, go to the top. Go to the top and let's go to current projects. Current projects. They try and say this, the projects they have doing now. Look at this, Bristol Point, Master Plan Development, Grand Bahama. They are listing this as if they are doing this project right now, and this thing is authorized, and they didn't have shovels in the ground. They advertising this to the public. They talking about Jack Nicholas and Arnold Palmer. They get the two. I never seen a resort with all two.
Wow.
And Arnold Palmer professional golf courses. Keep going now. And so they showing this project, they listing as their own, all right? Let's keep going on. And they're listing, that's AI. And this is another project they say they currently doing.
Wow.
All right, here it is, Blue Coral Private Residence Hotel and Casino. So I did a quick Google to see where this is, and Google literally said to me, this does not exist. I ain't lying to you.
What is going on?
Google literally said it just like that. They didn't even just show you the other suggested areas or whatever. Google literally outright said, this does not exist. Ah, boy. Let me see. Let me pull up something. Look at what that says. Based on available information, there is no major currently operating or widely recognized resort explicitly named the Blue Coral Private Residence Hotel.
What?
Google literally said that.
Yes.
See, that's what I searched. The Blue Coral Private Residence, same thing. Nothing.
It doesn't exist.
But they putting this up with all kind of pictures.
Wow.
The same way they doing with us. The same way they doing. Now let's look at past projects. Go up. Let's go up to the top. Let's go up to past. Oh Lord. Let's go straight back to the top and go to the past projects. So I don't know, but these two projects they're talking about, they don't exist. All right? They ain't even on paper. But now they showing some stuff what they say they was a part of before. All right? Google HQ, land assembled by Shane Coakley. What does land assembled mean?
I don't know.
What does that mean? It's like they play with words to make it sound like they are so good. All right? What this one says, Intercontinental Hotel and Revenue Private Residence brokered purchase of the property. They brokered the purchase of the property. But they putting this here as if this something they build or develop. Yeah. And that's all you can see, little apartment complexes, and keep going up. Go down, go down. Yeah. They keep putting these stuff and wording it funny, and these little apartment complexes. See, that's little apartments. I mean, they got Bahamian who done build more than that, right in Nassau. Little apartment complex, they saying they do. All right, now go back to teams. So you go in from apartment complex to $6.5 billion project. Okay, now let's look at the big part. She ain't Coakley. Okay, nothing against you, except who you're associating with. This the next person? Okay, this the managing partner. Let's skip him. We don't get to him. This the devil. This is John T. McDonald. Listen to me, man. They wrote this little write-up on the website so fancy, as if he is a good, decent, and educated person with all of this experience and all of this good stuff. But we got the actual papers. He said he is vice president of Coakley International. I seen that 2023 document, he wasn't there. Now he's there all of a sudden and says he's the president of Old Bahama Bay Resort and Yacht Harbor Club.
Oh, wow.
All right? Well, we could deal with that right now.
Please do.
Y'all just be patient with me. All right? Because I don't like unsaved people trying to take over my country. Say again?
AI photo.
Say AI photo. So that's even an AI photo. That is true because he's actually a very overweight person. Yeah, that is true. I have an actual picture of him. But, ladies and gentlemen, in 2011 or so, when Gin crashed, there's some condos in Old Bahama Bay, and all of them are privately owned by separate individuals. All right, but then they work together. They allow their condos to be rented out for persons who want to come and stay, etc. And they had a homeowner association, etc. And this guy showed up and somehow took that over from the company that I was dealing with. No one really knows how he got there, how he got in charge of it, but all of them are foreigners. None of them are from the Bahamas. So that's a little second investment for a lot of them. A lot of them are big business people, and they don't have time to worry about a little condo in the Bahamas. And so someone said, okay, I'm going to take control. I'm going to manage it. They said, okay, go ahead. And he gave them a promise. I have all the documents. He's going to pay them a certain percentage. They're going to split the percentage of what is made from it. And then they'll be happy, and it'll pay for everything to keep it maintained until the owners really take back over and do what they have to do, the resort. But the people weren't getting their money. They started complaining that they weren't getting their money and no proper accounting. And that turned into a court case. The court found that he had not paid these people, and he had not, and I have the court documents here, and he had not given any accounting, and it ordered him to give accounting and to pay these people. And if he did not, that he would no longer be in charge of the association. I have that here in writing. Wow. All right? That he would no longer be in charge of that. And in fact, there was another lawsuit where it said that IVRC, his company that was managing it, that was done. That was null and void, and so he should not be there, but he refused to leave. Wow. And so it appears that what he is doing is getting Coakley and them to come in to try to get the properties so he could stay. You see? But everything seems to be shady. Now, that's just a little summary, quick summary. Now, we checked this guy's background. Someone say background.
Background.
Because those people who felt they were being ripped off by John McDonald, who had started managing, they started to do some checks. So you should have a document there called John McDonald background. Someone say background.
Background.
Okay. Now, the Bahamas Investment Authority has a duty to make sure that anyone who is coming to invest in this country is not shady. That's their job.
Absolutely.
They investigate them to make sure that they don't have a shady past, like maybe
Yes.
financial crimes and that kind of stuff. All right? Maybe if you ran the red light before or something, we don't care about that, you know. But if you have like financial crimes, that kind of stuff, you can't even hold a fiduciary duty, a fiduciary role in the U.S.
Wow.
How are you gonna come here and be doing this? But this particular government, look like they love dealing with these kinds of criminals. All right, so put that one up for me. You have it? Oh, it's called J. McDonald Background. Yeah, put that one up. You ready to see his background?
I I'm so ready.
Because he's the vice president of this company
Yep.
that is touting that they done paying the money for this whole Guinea resort.
That's right.
Okay, he's coming now. All right. So this, the background. So the private investigators identified him. All right, so RAM investigation groups, you can see this legitimate. And so investigation, database, background, inquisition on John Thomas McDonald. All right? So here, now we're gonna go through these. Information provided, John Thomas McDonald, they have his date of birth and all that kind of stuff. Information thing, keep going down. All right there. They said pertinent markers record indicate 1, criminal history. 2, bankruptcies. 3, liens and judgment histories. All right? Let's keep going. All right. Oh, where we at? The first one. Okay, keep going. All right, there. So speeding ticket, we ain't worrying about that. That's good. You cool. You could work. The next one. Worthless check.
What?
Obtained services for cash less than $150. That's a petty thief.
Yeah.
He gave in the States, giving a fake check, a bounce check is illegal. You get into jail. Over here, they just send the check back. In the States, that's stealing because you know or should know you didn't have money on that account because you have online banking and whatever else. So he got charged with that. And that's petty theft. And then grand theft
What?
to the 3rd degree.
Whoa.
More than 300, less than 20,000.
What?
All right? So he got charged with grand theft.
My goodness.
All right? That's this John McDonald.
Criminal.
Who having meetings,
Yep.
discussions with the prime minister,
Yep.
them. The prime minister leaned over to the minister of tourism and investment and was told, we having discussions with him. And these people are announcing that this deal is done to the world for investments to happen,
Yep.
to receive money. Let's keep going. The next one. Cash or depositing item with intent to defraud. Fraudulent. Keep going. Here, there's more. Uttering a forged instrument.
What?
Forgery. It looked like they saying he did 18 months or something over there for that one. Yeah. Case. Yeah. Court, Broward County. Come back. All right, the next one. Deposit with intent to defraud. Next one. They didn't specify that one, but again, he locked up. And then bankruptcies, a bunch of bankruptcies. This bankruptcy here, bankruptcy there, another bankruptcy,
What?
another bankruptcy.
Oh my goodness.
Him and some other people bankrupt. This bankruptcy, that bankruptcy. Bankruptcy records continued. Another bankruptcy. Listen how much bankruptcies this is. I can't even read all this. More bankruptcies. Just keep scrolling. More bankruptcies. Debtors. Jesus. But this one is judgments and liens. Tax lien. Tax lien. 31,000 or whatever it is. Listen.
Jeez.
You mean to tell me that Brave them would be sitting down with that
My goodness.
and making that as if that's some grand announcement? That's what you all... And this is why they seem to keep putting shovels in the ground and nothing happening.
Yep, there's always a
Because
shovel.
it ain't about the development. They keep dealing with people that don't make no sense.
Unscrupulous people.
And so there's actually actual judgment. I mean, this man's rap is so long. There's an actual judgment that this thing is before the courts right now, and he was ordered by Bahamian courts, you know. Bahamian courts told him to do what he's supposed to do, give an accounting, not charge these people any more money for association fees or anything. Wow. And they ordered him on these things because of his fraudulent behavior. Wow. They ordered that the association be turned over to these people, to the plaintiffs, and to this day he's not done it. Wow. He has received eviction notices from them and termination letters, and he refuses to do it. Jeez. And this who Brave them talking to.
Yep. It's embarrassing, honestly.
This who Brave them talking to. Brave, we cool, right? But Grand Bahama needs something real, man.
Exactly, yes.
We tired of the scamming.
Yes, yes.
This man was paying off politicians.
My goodness.
Paying off politicians to be able to keep running OBB. And every time they try to get justice, no one would serve the summons, or it seemed like everyone would sell out and they couldn't get no justice.
My goodness.
The people over there, good, decent people, you know, they met with Chester Cooper, Jomo Campbell was there. This after Obi had died, I think. Yeah, before they had the by-election. And they paid for the by-election.
Jeez.
They was promised everything in the world. Ginger Cooper was there.
Wow.
If I not
Ginger Moxie.
Ginger Moxie. Where again?
Moxie,
Ginger
yes,
Cooper. Who's
Moxie.
Ginger Cooper? I don't even know Ginger Cooper. Sorry, Ginger Moxie, sorry about that. And if I call the wrong name, you have to excuse me. But the politicians was there. All right, a whole slew of them. All right, monies was collected, and the people still didn't get no justice.
Wow.
Kingsley, what's his name? What Kingsley name?
What's his
Smith.
last?
Kingsley Smith was there. I could, listen, the whole rigmarole, and the people got no justice. And now, Brave them talking to the enemy who scammed these people.
Jeez.
And talking about not just giving Old Bahama Bay the 100 acres to them, giving the 21 acres of Gin to them, everything. And the man already lied to the public to raise this money, the $2.6 million to pay for this bidding thing. I don't even believe that paid for no bidding. I believe that was paid to some politicians. That's what I believe. I don't know that at all. All right? But based on this track record of everything looking shady, and the Prime Minister saying, no deal was made, the Prime Minister didn't even announce that any payment was made.
No, he didn't.
So this one is serious. I got some documents here on because I've gone so much time because I wanted to make sure that's straight. But there are scammers with Old Bahama Bay and that Gin thing. And Coakley is putting out false information, and they should not be allowed to be entertained moving forward. If you see Brave them entertain them, you know why. Because how this man out there saying that the deal done, and the Prime Minister saying the opposite. How was he saying that he already controlled the property from 2023, 3 years ago? And that was not the case, but he used that to make money. That was a deck pitch to raise money that I was showing you. And he said to the news recently, I raised the money. But did you raise the money on lies and fraud? We shall see. I just want to say that those people who own those condos are really good people. They help out a lot of Bahamians. They are Americans for the most part, but they help out a lot, and they're really good people. And I think they should get justice in our country.
Yes.
They should get justice.
Yes. Most
I don't
definitely.
want our country to be known as the country that did that to them.
And it goes back to the corruption.
Yeah.
that they're talking about. Let's fix the Bahamas, please.
Yeah. And so just one document I want to show you from the one that says AFID, AFFID of so-and-so. You see it? That one I want to show you. There's a reason I want to show you that. And that's because this is now talking about the Grand Lucayan. All right? The Grand Lucayan Hotel that they can never seem to sell. The government took the government's money to buy this hotel. And I was like, why would the government do that? Until I went and did the research. You know, I always get the documents. I got the research, and I said, why would the government spend our money? Let the thing fail.
Yeah.
Let them, if they didn't run their business properly, let it close down. And then take it over. All right? Why do we spend our money? But it was because Dr. Minnis was one of the owners.
Whoa. Whoa.
Dr. Minnis, who bought it with our money.
Whoa.
Here it is. Commonwealth of the Bahamas, New Providence. I, Dr. Hubert Minnis of the Western District of the Island of New Providence. This Dr. Minnis live out west, right?
Yes, he does.
Yeah, okay. One, this affidavit, I am the president
Whoa.
of Lucayan Beach Casino Hotel Limited.
Whoa.
Now, how much of y'all own a casino?
Whoa.
Did y'all even know Bahamians could own a casino?
Wow.
They tell you can't own it. But let me tell you the truth. Only Bahamians can own a casino. They've been lying to you.
Wow.
For Atlantis to get it, the hotel corporation or Bahamian corporation would own it and then lease it out to them. But they've been deceiving you because they don't want you to have nothing. So this is what it is, all right? Dr. Minnis was the president and one of the owners of that. Go scroll way to the bottom. Because they was trying to sell it at that time or do something with it. Not sell it, they was trying to do something with it and they couldn't find the documents. So he had to swear onto the documents. So, see there, and see Dr. Minnis' signature right there. See it there. Affidavit of Dr. Hubert Minnis. See his signature right there. That demonic signature. All right? And so, when you see these things happening, there's a clique of oligarchs.
Yep.
And the people they send into y'all to say they're y'all savior, you thought Dr. Minnis was coming to be a savior? Dr. Minnis is a part of this whole scheme.
Wow.
Dr. Minnis is partners with Brent Simonet
Wow.
in the fast ferries. All of them are business partners. Shane Gibson and Dr. Minnis is business partners. F&Ms and PLPs working together against y'all. And y'all don't know what's happening in this country. All right? Nothing is going to happen for Grand Bahama because Pinland has cursed Grand Bahama.
My goodness.
And he told them in 1987, Grand Bahama votes for nothing, they get nothing. And that's why everything that could come to fruition, it dies off. Because his minions who came after him are making sure that that happens. How could something so prosperous as Grand Bahama be dying the way it is now? Y'all don't understand what's going on. Immediately they killed the Jakarta Hotel. That don't even exist no more. Jeez. My granddaddy used to work there in West End. But I just wanted y'all to see, and I have more documents, but I'm out of time, so
yep.
Because I really want to hear from our Shadow Minister of Tourism. But I wanted you all to wake up and see the skullduggery that's going on. I got more to talk about this with this old Bahama Bay, etc. But let me tell you something. If you see them get that deal with that scam artist, and I got more on him, why all of a sudden they put him there? Coakley tried to make it seem like he made some investment in the old Bahama Bay, and somebody was talking to the Tribune the other day. I don't have time to show you all the rest. But he probably bought one of the condos. Right? And tried to make it seem like I made some investment in old Bahama Bay. You can't make an investment in old Bahama Bay. Each of the condos is owned separately. And the people who actually own the resort around the casinos, they're against you. But they are saying, they're wording things like this to scam investors.
Wow.
And that cannot happen on our watch.
Nope.
It cannot happen.
Absolutely not.
So I know you're going to come fight me. Let's do this. Bring it. All right? So that's what I wanted to bring forward to you all at this time. I had a lot more stuff to show you, but I out of time. I wish this was a whole show where I just could deal with that. But I really want to hear. We're going to be showcasing all of our shadow ministers with more time this time, and we're going to let people call in to be able to ask questions, etc. And so we started with today. But because that was such a hot topic, I wanted to clear the air with that. But ladies and gentlemen, I can take over and be the host for a second, just for 2 seconds.
Go ahead.
2 seconds, then you get it back.
2 seconds.
I want to introduce a qualified, ultimately qualified shadow minister of tourism. She has experience in the area of tourism. She has worked all throughout the industry at Atlantis, at Baker's Bay, which of course, is extremely exclusive.
Exclusive, yes.
At Schooner Bay. She's worked at airlines, including managing airlines. And so she is very qualified. And she is the first, other than the scandal-ridden, what's his name? Wallace? What's the fella's name? Vincent Vanderpool Wallace, who ended up in scandal. She's the first qualified person for tourism. We always have these ministers who are not qualified. And then people would ask, well, who are your candidates? Who are they? And so we showed you that we have qualified persons in every area.
Yes.
This is the first time this is going to happen.
Yes.
And many people might hear her out there as a lioness, but she actually is a very quiet little lamb.
She absolutely
All right?
is.
But they might hear out there when she's fighting at a protest, etc., and not know, her background. But I feel that she's qualified to take the tourism in the Bahamas to the next level. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Miss Charlotte Green.
Welcome. Yay.
Miss Charlotte Green!
Good evening. Good evening.
Good
everyone.
evening. We're so happy to have you.
Thank you. Good evening to the audience. Good evening to all of those tuning in by social media platforms. Good evening.
Good evening. So we're here and we're talking again about tourism. You have more time to expand on what's happening and what is going to happen in tourism under the Coalition of Independent Government.
Well, first, I would like to give my comments to both you and Mr. Bean. I was listening. And it's sad to say that our government only feels comfortable in boardrooms when they're dealing with career criminals.
Wow.
Because that's what I got from witnessing the documentation on Mr. John McDonnell. And what do they say? Birds of a feather, they flock it together.
Yep.
So every time you see our government make deals and shake hands, the only thing you can do is ponder. Who are these people that they are making deals with?
You're right.
Does this deal benefit the Bahamian people, first and foremost? But from what I am seeing, we have never had an honest deal, I think, in our country since I don't know.
Yeah, it's really sad to see that they're all intertwined together. Because the document showed Dr. Hubert Minnis. I didn't even think that he would be on the documentation, but you know me, I try to give people the benefit of the doubt. But how?
The mind-blowing part about that is, I think we have seen that document before.
I brought it up before.
Exactly. But what we didn't take notice, and sometimes you have to watch a movie twice to see the part you possibly might have missed.
It's true.
We can actually own casinos. I just find out just now sitting there.
That's my big age today. Yeah.
We can actually own casinos, but they made it seem like that is something that's unattainable, unreachable. Mr. Bean, we really need change.
Yeah. Well, that's why we're here, and that's why we're fighting. We need real success for Bahamians. All the politicians do is sit down waiting for a foreigner to come in and say, I want to do this and I want to do that. It's nothing proactive. There's nothing that we are trying to do as a nation. We just want to sit down, wait for others to come in, and then just say, listen, give me some money under the table and go do what you want. It's a cowboy town.
Yeah.
And they keep the laws slack and keep it as a cowboy town so that, you're paid to play.
Yeah.
And we want to end that pay-to-play culture, first of all. And second of all, because there's a lot of foreign investors watching this right now, probably hundreds of them watching this show right now as we speak. And so no one's going to be shaking them down anymore. All right? No one.
Yes.
And I'll say that to the U.S. Embassy. We're going to end that corruption where foreigners are being shaken down in order to do business in this country. There's going to come a point where you don't even have to meet with any political leader to do business in this country. And that's when we get in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can go to Miami tomorrow and you can open a business. You don't have to see the governor. You don't have to see Trump
It's true.
to open a business. You just, processes are in place, you apply, and then you get the business.
Yes, I agree. And in that sense, we know again that tourism intertwines with almost all aspects of our lives, foreigners and locals. And when our leaders put themselves forward to make deal on behalf of our people, well, for example, not example, but under the Coalition of Independence, when we sit to the table, like our leader said, there will be no shakedown. However, we are going to the table to negotiate.
Right.
Where does this benefit my people?
Absolutely.
And then number two, we don't want to just be the laborers. We want to be partners
Yes.
and owners of
Yes.
our investment.
Yes.
After all, our beaches and sand, that's not the only product. Our main and most important product and resource is our people.
Yes.
And what we have
Yes.
to offer. So I look forward to expanding that product called tourism. We also have to make tourism a sustainable product.
Yes.
We're not going to have tourism as the number one industry. However, when our people see how we can put byproduct along with tourism and expand that, you will still believe that it is the number one industry, but it won't be. But it will be. But it won't be.
Yeah, I got you.
All
I
right.
see what you did there. I see what you did. I have a question though. Now we know today that we can own casinos. I am trying to understand and ascertain why can't we even go in casinos if we have number houses in our country? You can go to the number house, but you can't go to Atlantis and you can't go in the casino at Bahama. I don't understand that.
I think anything that would empower somewhat, because when you can do things that others can do, it shows, it shows equality.
Yes.
But when you cannot, it shows power over you. It shows you being subjected to less than. And it's all about control, what you can and cannot do. And this is why the coalition's foundation is about ownership
Yes.
and empowerment. This is something you will never hear from the PLP or the FNM.
Yeah.
Empowerment from both of those parties is the form of employment through foreign investment.
Yes, because every time people come in and they talk about, oh, we're going to give you 100 jobs or 1,000 jobs or whatever. We don't want to. We want to be owners. We want to partner with you. We have the brains. We have the capacity to do it.
And with the investment, the foreign investments coming in, the foreign development, we welcome it. But what we need to take from that is not just jobs, but sustainable careers,
Yes.
ownership. And this is the direction that we are headed into. So that's why I am so excited to see the development of our islands, to see our islands bridge, because we are one people, but we are scattered because of how we are laid out. And I think in the 21st century, it is time that we bridge our islands.
Absolutely.
Ms. Graham, before we go further with that, and I really like that point, if you were president for a day, would you change the rules to allow Bahamians to gamble in the casinos?
Whew,
And own casinos?
I like that.
If I was president for,
A day.
how much, a day?
Just one day.
A whole
20
day.
24 hours.
24
No,
hours?
9 to 5.
9 to 5?
What?
All right, so if I was the president for just
A
one
working-
day,
a working
9
day.
to 5,
Yeah.
first of all, we would have tried quickly draft that policy and table that bill
Yeah.
for us to have access to our sovereign wealth fund. And yes, I definitely would change the policy, the
Yeah.
rules for Bahamians to have the choice and the option
Yes.
to gamble in casinos.
And I think the reason is because no one should be able to do something in our country
That's what I was
Yes.
thinking. Yes,
Yes.
absolutely.
That's
Yes.
like sick.
How could you?
That's sick.
Yeah.
To think that someone could do something in your country that you can't do.
How dare you?
If they can do it and it's fine, you do it, it's criminal.
That's
Well,
crazy.
well, I got some good news for the Bahamian people, since that's Charlotte's point of view. Maybe many of you don't know or don't understand that the Minister of Tourism is in charge of who gambles and who don't gamble. And so you're going to be president
that's
of
you.
tourism for more than a day. I promise.
That's you. Yeah, I always wondered, how is it that tourists could come and they could do something we are absolutely forbidden to do in our country? We're always pushed back as a second-class citizen. Oh, no, you can't. But yes, you can. You know, and sometimes it's a lot about the color of our skin, because we see even with, you know, our Caucasian Bahamians, well, that of a lighter color, when they go into businesses, they are preferred. I don't know if you've ever been in there, or I've seen it. I've been in the passport office. They're preferred. Oh, hi, how are you? I mean, the welcome is even different. It's even different. You know, we have to do better as Bahamians in our country, but we were taught this, and I think we need to check our, you know, our mindsets, because we were taught it for so long. We believe that's how it's supposed to be.
I would like to make a little small statement. I think last week you had asked a question about the Grand Lucayan Hotel.
Yes.
And we had audio disruption. And my response to that, I think you mentioned, did you watch the interview with the Prime Minister speaking about the Grand Lucayan Hotel? I said, I don't have much to say about what he said, but to Grand Bahamians, the fact that we have been going through this sale for more than 20,
Oh
30
my goodness,
plus
it's exhausting,
years.
yes.
I think we need to get past trying to sell that hotel and let that hotel be the Bahamian flag carrier. Why don't we purchase or keep that hotel? Create that hotel built for Bahamians, by Bahamians,
Yes.
and managed by Bahamians,
Yes.
where the monies can stay within the economy
Yes.
and circulate throughout the communities.
Yes.
That makes sense.
It does.
We don't always have to give away or supplement to foreign investors.
It's true.
Again, we have no problem with foreign investment.
Right,
None whatsoever. But I think our people are intelligent enough
Yes.
to be able to own and manage our resorts
Absolutely.
and products. We have no problem. We can do it.
Yes, we can.
So we're looking forward to owning more of our assets, managing more of our assets, building more of our assets, and partnering with foreign investors equally.
Absolutely. And we're believing that Bahamians will come first. We're not coming out of a meeting and we're the second class citizen. We're not coming out of a meeting and you won and we're not on even. Listen, we need to put Bahamians first. If they're going to put 40, we need 60. You know, if they have 40% shares, we need 60% shares. And I believe that's going to happen in tourism with you at the helm.
Yes. And when we count numbers or heads coming into our country, I don't want those heads to just be a number on a sheet. We want to see those effect on the rest of the family islands, within the straw markets. We want to see that effect in the Baintown constituency, because, you know, to me, Baintown is more like a cultural, historic community. You know, we need to recreate some of our areas within our constituencies. When that cruise ship dock into the harbor, I would like to see tour buses taking our people over the hill.
Yes.
We need to have themed communities,
Ah.
themed islands. We need to see the funds circulating through the
Yes.
moms and pop
Yes.
stores. We need to feel tourism circulating through our blood, because
Yes.
guess what? They say that tourism is who we are. It's who we are.
But,
So we
yeah.
really need to recreate that.
But we don't need to be, tourism is who we are, and we're making our beds,
No,
and we're
ownership.
washing the linen, and we're doing, no, that's not the tourism we're talking about. We're talking about tourism where we are owners
Yes.
in this country. That's what
Yes.
we're talking about. Mr. Bain, I know you have your phone, and this is going off. Do you have any questions from our social media platform?
Oh, they got 1 million on there, but before we do that, because we're going to open the phone lines
Okay.
soon and let people call in. The text goes so fast. But right now, our tourism is just an advertising agency.
Yeah.
All they do is advertise. All right? That's it. We don't really benefit. Do you know, let me show you how stupid this is. They pay for the advertisement of Atlantis. $8 million a year.
Wait, what?
So when you see the Atlantis ads on CNN, we paid for that, the taxpayer. You paid for that. And all you get to do is make the beds. They also pay $8 million to Bahama
What?
every year.
This
All right?
This is coming out of the treasury.
Yes.
Wow.
You paying that. All right? The taxpayers are paying that. All we are is an advertisement agency. We are giving them everything and getting nothing. We have to transform our thinking. The battle of Milo Butler and Sir Lyndon Pinlin and Randolph folks was to convince Bahamians that we could govern our country ourselves. That we didn't have to have other people or a minority governing the country. And it was so hard to convince Bahamians that it was doable, that we could move in that direction, that first step. Eventually, after many, many years of toiling and suffering, we took that step. But now we're to another step. And this step is with a view to us taking flight. We don't want to walk no more. It's time for us to rise. And we are going to rise as owners in this nation.
Yes.
That's the mission that we are on. You see, all of the people running a hotel, that's Bahamians. We the experts, you know. We the experts in hospitality. We've been to school for that. You think John McDonald been to school for that?
No.
You think Coakley been to school for that? No. We are the ones with the expertise for multiple decades. We should be leading the world in this. But they have laws in place to keep us down. We're going to change that. And so we're going to own the hotels. And when Ms. Green says we're going to own the hotels, she doesn't mean that the government is going to run it. That never works out. You form a private company with experts.
Yes.
With experts in the field, and they run the hotel. That's what you do. Ownership and management is two different things. Why just own hotels? Why don't we own the cruise ships? They are now doing these little islands the cruise ships are going to, we're getting nothing for it. We're going to transform the tourism industry so now we benefit.
Yes.
The money stays here. They say that our GDP is, 13, 14, 15 billion, whatever they say it is. It's way more than that.
Yep.
Because Carnival Cruises makes $20 billion a year sailing our waters. Royal Caribbean makes $10 billion a year sailing our waters. But that doesn't contribute to our GDP. Do you know why? Because the money is made overseas.
Wow.
When they purchase the ticket, Aisha, they purchase that wherever they live in the States.
true, it's
and the
true.
money never comes here.
Nope.
So our GDP is much more than the little couple dollars they say it is. And so when those billions are made by us and they stay here with us, that transforms our country.
It does. It does.
And so that's how we're going to change the game. we need to make more money as a people, but the only way they do it is through taxes. What Dubai, Qatar, and the rest of those countries that went to from developing nation to developed nation did, they didn't do it through the taxes. They did it by opening businesses. It wasn't just the oil, you know. The oil was what they used as collateral to go into the tourism business and the other businesses they went into. They started making more, generating more income. Dubai knew it couldn't just be oil. You have to diversify. We're going to diversify from tourism. But first thing first, we gotta own our tourism product
Yes.
so that we could benefit from it.
Yes.
Yes. So this is what we call, because remember, 20 years back, 20 years forward. 20 years forward for us means radical change, radical policy reform, radical policies. We have to govern our country where we put Bahamians first. Nothing against anyone else, but Bahamians first. When we're sitting at the table and we're making deals, if I don't see where this benefits our people, Miss Claire, that's a no deal. Our
Yes.
people have to be put
Yes.
first. I want our students now coming out of school, UBR diaspora, to be able to come back home. We need marine scientists. We
Biologists
need
and stuff,
marine
yeah.
biologists.
Yes.
We need engineers.
Yes.
We're building bridges.
Yes.
We're building underwater
Yes,
bungalows.
yes.
We need our people back. This is what you call the new Bahamas. This is what you call going 20 years forward.
Absolutely.
And I know and I truly believe, Miss Claire, that this is going to come through tourism. Mr. Bean, I have a question for you. So, because people out here needs to know this. The departure tax, when the
boy.
cruise ship comes in, where does that money go?
It goes to the consolidated fund, which is where the government dumps all the money for them to do contracts, to do roadworks and other things. And that's how they steal the money.
Roadworks.
So the money that comes in is stolen.
All right. This departure tax, cruise ship, this departure tax, do we see how Long Wharf look? Do we see how Bay Street look? Do we see how the surrounding area, when you come out of the port and onto the street, do we see how that looks?
And smells.
Yeah. So it looks horrible. But that's why the first thing that we're going to do is build up Nassau. We are going to reinvent Nassau. It's going to become a theme city. The downtown is going to be cobblestone, as you said on your thing. And it's going to be attractions. All of the heritage sites are going to be redone.
Yes.
And now there's going to be activities at all of these heritage sites.
Yes.
So they're gonna have changing of the guards. The cannons are gonna be going off every night. There's gonna be water shows in the harbor outside of Fort Charlotte. And so there's gonna be real activities that's gonna happen around these stuff. We just dead, man.
Yeah.
There's no reason to be here.
Yeah.
And the money we make from those head taxes that they have for the cruise ships, etc., should go to beautifying
Yes.
our area. Someone asked, though, a great question online just now. I just saw it. They're saying that a good economy is when it's diversified, basically, is what they're saying, right? When the money circulates in the economy is what they said. Circulates at least 10 times. Well, if you read Vision 2030 carefully, well, when we put out the final and full version, after we've put your suggestions in there, when you read it carefully, you're going to see that we are making a circular economy in every way, where the money is going to circulate.
Wow.
First, we're creating an economy where the money can stay here. Let me just give you some little simple examples so you could understand. First of all, we have to own the cruise ships and the hotels. Money stays here. You're going to spend money with your local economy for the services needed for those hotels. So now the money circulates. We're going to put hotels, etc., on the family islands, all right? And now it kind of broadens the economy so that the money moves around the country, especially the southern islands, and we're going to bring them to life by doing that. But now, watch what happens. You have hotels. the hotels need electricity. We're getting that electricity for free, but selling it to the hotels. And so the money actually stays there. And the electricity company, the new one, is going to be owned by all of us. All right? It's free for you personally as a Bahamian, but the businesses have to pay. We're going to attract a lot of businesses. All right? They're going to have to pay, the resorts, etc. And so that's money that's circulating. Let me show you another way that it's circulating. Because we're going to increase the tourism product by 2035 to 30 million tourists a year.
Wow.
That's not a number off the top of my head. That's strategic. All right? By 2035, we are going to increase from the 10, 12 million they are at now to 30 million tourists. And we're going to build resorts to accommodate them, and that's going to include the cruise ships that we have, etc. All right? And just a short time after that, we're looking to increase it. It's going to increase exponentially to about 50 million tourists. All right? There's no reason a desert like Dubai, that had nothing, should have tens of millions of tourists, and we just bragging we're getting to 12 million tourists. That's ridiculous. And that's only because the cruise ships did more ports. They did more sailings. That's why we got to that. And most of them didn't come off the ship.
Wow.
So you're counting people that didn't actually land in Nassau. But in any event, we are going to invest heavily in agriculture. And so they have to buy food for the ships, food for the resorts.
Yes.
And so now you have customers to sell to. You're not just selling to 400,000 Bahamians, you are selling to 30 million customers. That's like selling to a major country. And so now we can make more money selling to all of these people. You see how it's going to circulate? So all of the business, see, we now have an incentive to buy local. And we're getting rid of customs duty. So when a local Bahamian, and I didn't stutter when I say that. So when local Bahamians bring in the products, the reason things are so expensive now, you go to the mall, retail, in Miami, and you buy a Nautica shirt.
Yeah.
That's $19.99.
Exactly.
Right? Here, they selling that for $100. One of the reasons they sell for so high is because you have to pay your taxes on that product up front. Whether you sell it or not, you have already paid taxes on it. All right? And that's one of the reasons our cost is so high in the Bahamas. Plus, the oligarchs run everything, so they keep the price of everything high. But a part of it is because of customs. All right? And so we're going to make sure that when they are now able to bring stuff in, especially because we're going to have a free trade zone that the Bahamas can benefit from. We're going to have a free trade zone in Grand Bahama where stuff can be bought. Just like how you go to Panama and you can buy from the free trade zone. But right now, we have a free trade zone. It's called Freeport. But if you're taking the stuff out of Freeport, you got to pay the customs. That's so stupid.
Yeah.
When I go to Panama and I buy something from the free trade zone, I don't have to pay the customs.
Yeah.
All right? And so we're going to change that. So now it's going to be cheaper to bring things in to the Bahamas. So our hotels will be able to buy locally. We're going to increase our distribution wholesale capacity so that persons from around the world are coming here. So now the hotels and everything is working together. Now when we go into the sand business, we don't just want to get raw sand. We want products from the sand. Why aren't we making glass?
Right.
Why aren't we making microchips and other things that you can use for the sand? Why aren't we going in the sea and getting products for the tourists and redoing them on a large scale? So now everything in our economy is going to be circular. Even our garbage, we're not going to wait. Our garbage is going to be turned into electricity. Everything is going to be circular.
Wow.
So I just wanted that person to understand that based on that question. When we go into tourism, it's like a nation, a new nation that you're building, and new customers that you're bringing every day. Yes. So right now we're like, if you have a little mom and pop shop on the corner, you know, in the middle of the ghetto, versus being a part of a mall where it attracts people to it.
Right.
Now we're gonna have a mall where we have unlimited customers coming to us, and all we gotta do is find something for each one of those customers to do,
Right.
and we're gonna make a lot more money from that.
we're looking at expansion. Yes, so we need to invest heavily in ecotourism. And like I said, this is paradise, holistic tourism.
Yes.
There are so many aspects of tourism right now, and there
It's
are
true.
so many ways that we can cater to the different customers that we have around the world. We have so many people with talents. So now we can have our spas running over with extra customers.
Yes.
Customers from all around the world. It doesn't have to be just Bahamians. Okay, customers from all around the world. I'm excited about this. I'm more excited about our family islands.
Yes.
Because like we said, Nassau is Nassau-centric.
Yes.
And I am so happy that a part of our plan is the decentralization of Nassau.
Yes.
So imagine when we build up these islands. All of these islands will have their own unique theme. So not all islands are going to have major industrial hotels. No, we're going to create boutique hotels.
Yes.
Again, the bungalows above water, but the most exciting
I'm
one
excited
for me
about
is the
that one.
underwater
Yes.
bungalows. I told someone, I said, can you imagine booking one of those rooms underwater? You forget you booked a room, you open your eye, and you have this big shark just hovering above you. I think I'll have multiple eyes. But the experience of it all, and not only that, Miss Claire, not only will the tourists be able to enjoy it, but our people will be able to
Yes.
live that life. That's the most important thing for me, is for our people to enjoy where they live. That's the most important thing for me. I am excited about it, and this is why I am so happy that we have a lot of new, innovative thinkers and people who believe that it is possible, that we can do.
Yes.
I am so over it. I am so over it hearing it is impossible. It cannot be done. People who say that are people who never step foot out of the Bahamas.
Wow.
People who said things like that have never stepped foot out of the Bahamas. People who don't believe that a sovereign wealth fund can do what it can do for the Bahamas needs to read more. And I'm serious about that, because they said a lack of, I can't quote too much things because I sound like a Medea. You know, Medea always messing up the scriptures in the Bible. But for lack of vision,
The people
the
perish.
people perish.
Yes.
It's the reason why Brave Davis repealed that sovereign wealth fund. It's the reason.
Right.
And guess what? We need to get that back. We need to get that back, because we need to
Absolutely.
show the people. We need to show them what is possible and what
Yes.
can be done.
Yes.
And I am excited about this upcoming election. I know that the Bahamian people are tired and they want change.
Oh gosh.
I'm not going to hear different. The Bahamian people are ready for change. And if you want to see what a brand new Bahamas can look like, keep in mind Dubai and the Bahamas just about basically the same age as it relates to our independence. We're basically the same age as it relates to our development, but look where they are and look where we are.
Wow.
They came from sand. And they came from that type of sand.
Unusable sand.
Unusable sand. We here and we're sitting on sun, sand, and sea and more.
So much
and
more.
we're here still saying it is impossible. And let me share something with you. We are our only downfall. I am not going to blame the FNM. I am not going to blame the PLP any longer. It's up to us as Bahamian citizens to decide what we are going to do moving forward for the next 10, 20 years. The truth has already been shown to us. There is proof that we can be more. Look at Inagua. I cannot wait for the Inaguians to be able to own that salt factory, to be able to benefit from that salt factory for the money to just circulate within Inagua. We're going through a winter storm here. This is a winter storm for me. I see people walking around bare. I don't know how y'all is do it. Y'all ain't human. Y'all are not human. But do you know that certain places in the U.S. right now, their streets are frozen? The medical personnel and emergency vehicles cannot get to certain places because they have no more salt in their reserve.
That's right.
And we have mountains and heaps of salt.
Yeah.
And not only that, we are strategically placed for them to get to us for the salt. But are we set up for that type of business? No, we are not. We can be, but no, we are not. I'm ready for change. I
Yeah,
don't know about you.
and we started to talk about decentralization, and one way that we're going to encourage decentralization is connecting all of our islands. And so we're going to have one Bahamas. And so the way that Rome became great was because it had roads connecting all of Rome and everyone around it. America became great because of their highways. They connected all of their states. The Bahamas has to connect itself. And we're going to do that, firstly, through the ferries that we initially told you about a couple of weeks ago. These are ferries that are not boat, they're not plane, they're boats and planes at the same time. And they can go up to 155 miles per hour. And we're going to have constant ferries traveling all our islands every single day. It's very doable, it's very easy, and we're going to make that happen. The reason it's difficult to live on the Southern Islands is because you're not connected.
No.
Once you're able to connect them, then it's going to build their economies automatically. We are going to invest in those Southern Islands, real projects on those Southern Islands, real getaways that people will pay millions of dollars to go to, exclusive getaways on. They are some of our most beautiful islands, and they're neglected. And so that's what we're going to do. We're going to connect them. And the fuel to do it is too expensive for mailboats, and that's why it is the way it is. But now that we have the technology to get power from water or hydrogen, now it costs basically nothing to run these things. Yes. And so you can have them moving throughout our islands constantly, and now you can build up all of the economies. Our focus is on our Southern Islands. The key is up there in the north with Freeport because of how close it is, but the Southern Islands is where it's at. That's where all the potential is, and that's where we're going to get people to move. Bahamians are going to be spread out as owners all over these islands, and we're going to give them the crown land to develop what they want. You want an over bungalow hotel? Well, here's the money. You give you a grant. We like your idea, and here's the land to do it. And you'll own a part, and the Sovereign Wealth Fund will own a part, so all Bahamians benefit from this grant we just gave you to build them over-water bungalows over here. You need a marina over here? Okay, here's the money to do it. Here's the land. Here's the permission to do it over the water. And you're going to partner with the Sovereign Wealth Fund. Doesn't that make sense?
Yes, it does.
Yes,
And
it does.
and now moving forward, when the foreigner like RCL, how they did with the beach, I would have had them own a part and we own a part, because that's our crown land. The land is the value. You can't have that beach in the sky. If you don't like it, go put the beach on your boat. But other than that, if you want to put it on land, that's our land. You'll own part and we'll own a part, and that's because you're putting it on our land. And we get part of the profits, not just the taxes, the profits. And that's how we're going to transform this whole thing. And there are foreign investors willing to do that, because guess what? The first thing they have to do is go look for capital. They got to go look for money. If they could get the money right here, then okay, problem solved. If they could get the land, problem solved. They could use the land to help raise money. And so that would solve a lot of the problem. We just got to think differently and negotiate like a boss instead of going around the world begging like Joneses. It's something I want... there's something I want all of you to see. Joey, producer, I thought I sent this to you, but I'm sending it now. I want you to put this on the screen as fast as possible. I just sent it to you. I need for every Bahamian to see this. I need you to see this. This isn't necessarily tourism, but there's a reason I want you to see this. As soon as it pops up on the screen, you'll get it. Yeah, it's coming now. When it goes on the screen, you'll get it. We have had so much backwards thinking. We could have been ahead. If Bahamians have voted for the COI in 2021, you'd have been ahead. Everything that we are telling you we are going to do would have already been done.
Yeah.
Aisha, read what you see on the screen.
Sorry, I'm going to have to turn my back. The Barbados Republic Child Wealth Fund Birthright Dividend. Every child born on or after November 30th, 2021 in Barbados will get a head start in life and receive from the government of Barbados a one-time birthright investment of $5,000. This will be held in trust for them until they reach between 18 and 25 years old. The investment will be compounded over time, and anyone can top up, the child's investment. These investments may be used by the child to assist in building wealth, which can be in the form of acquiring housing, education, assistance, and in exceptional circumstances, health support. Vote beep, listen. Beep, wow.
That's
Vote COI.
That's Mia Motley. She posted that I think yesterday.
Oh, what?
Donald Trump did the same thing, and I believe that all of this came from a simple conversation that one of his policymakers had with me, right here in the Bahamas, sitting in the Bahama hotel.
Wow.
And driving around Nassau, looking at all of the potential. And so we are influencing the world, I believe, but Bahamians are being left behind. She backdated that to when we were supposed to be the government, 2021.
Jeez.
She backdated that to 2021. That's retroactive.
It is.
We were going to do $10,000 per child. She's doing $5,000. Trump is doing $1,000.
Man.
Right? Yeah, we're doing $10,000 per child.
And the
All
thing
right.
about it, what she said, in that it can go towards health situations or circumstances.
Yeah.
We have so many Bahamians having to do these cookouts and all these fundraisers and concerts to get money and to garner money for, medical situations. And these people are being proactive in their countries, and they tell the COI it cannot be done.
You know what's so interesting about this whole thing? I am so glad she backdated it. But what is interesting is when we started talking about this the first time, they said we were crazy.
Yeah.
We were selling dreams. We were delusional. But look at what's going on. Now, mind you, when we spoke about this template was already out. This was already taking place in certain countries like Dubai.
Wow.
So this is not just a template that was pulled out of someone's rail.
That part.
Okay? This actually is something that can take place. And now we see, and this is why I said I cannot blame the PLP or FNM anymore. Because now we see other countries and major countries starting to do the same thing. The United States of America. Go, Donald Trump. Do it for your people. We're seeing Mia Motley. She wants to put some of these things in place.
Yes.
But the only that's holding us back is us. Now, if we want this, then we vote for it. If we feel we deserve it, then we vote for it.
Yes.
The PLP isn't going to give it to you, and the FNM isn't going to give it to you.
Wow.
They are not. We act like abused people. Okay, we are abused people.
Yeah,
I think this is why some of us are holding on so tight to that whip.
It's
But
so
it's
familiar.
time to let it go. Listen, I want to get up on the stage now and do the walk, but it's time to walk it out. It is time to walk it out and walk into the new Bahamas. Walk into the new Bahamas. Walk into the new Bahamas. Walk into the new Bahamas.
Yes.
I am sure you are ready to take flight out of this country. I am sure you are ready to visit the underwater bungalows. I am sure you are ready to see how a new Bahamas can look. It is time for us to move away from the PLP and FNM, man. Y'all know how excited I am. Y'all keeping me back.
Holding people
I'm
back.
ready to go.
Right, ready to go.
I'm ready to go.
And Miss Green, I want to interject right here. Barbados currency, their dollar bill is 50 cents to our money. We can't, I just checked it. We can do it.
Yes.
We can do it.
And we have more than them.
We
Aisha.
have more.
We have more resources than they do, than they have. We have more. And all we need to do is monetize and properly manage what God has given us. The Constitution says that you are the inheritors. You are the inheritors. That constitution is your insurance policy. It says that you are the inheritors. What they are doing is managing it. And I'm going to say this. They are the managers. And guess what? No politician should be coming out there rich.
That's true.
And you still sitting in the position you are sitting in with that type of inheritance. No one in this country, no Bahamian citizen. That Constitution is a powerful document. We need to get it right.
Yeah.
And so I want you to see how doable this is. You just have to look at the numbers, you know. We have about 5,000 children every year, all right? You have to have one Bahamian parent in order to benefit from this. So it's really going to be less than 5,000, but I'll leave it at the 5,000 children number, right? That's only $50 million if we give each child $10,000. Think about that. They spend more than that on their travel. Minnie spent more than that. He spent $60 million on that hotel that just dying.
Yep.
The hotel have cracks in it, structural cracks. I wanted to release some more things today. Wow. That can't go nowhere. All right? But anyway, I'll leave that. But you see how easy that is to do that for your children? And based on Trump's numbers, by the time the child reaches 18, that'll be worth about just over $300,000. I think it's I don't remember the exact number, it was 3 million or something if they wait until they get to 28 to take the money out.
Yeah.
But with our numbers, times that by 10. Wow. We can make every child prosperous. We can. I want to open the phone line as we continue the conversation because my phone been ringing this whole time,
Little
believe it
while.
or not.
Yes.
This is going and going and going. And so I'm going to open the phone line. So the number is 803-5995. 803-5995 is the number. And you can call in and you can make your comments or ask your questions. That's the numbers, okay? 803-5995.
What I like about the Coalition of Independence, we're talking about all of this wealth, right? But keep in mind, change is here. Our education system, the revamp of our education system is also going to prepare our people on how to manage money, financial education. Everything's, listen, when we say change is here, brand new Bahamas, we're talking about the reconstruction of a nation. Mind.
Yes.
Spirit.
Yes.
Economy.
Yes.
Our culture.
Yes.
Hold the line, caller, you're next. All right? Go ahead, caller, you're live.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, panelists. I am so on the topics that you're. I'm also elated on the Vision 2030 that was spoken to last week. I am so impressed with all of the behavior standing up to represent its country in the New Bahamas. Now, this is my question. This is Gillian Bartlett, Vice Chair Lady for Grand Bahama. I try not to listen to what's happening with the selling of or the purchasing of the Grand Bahama Hotel. Now, I used to be a business owner in the Port Lucaya area. Could someone please explain to the public, because the Prime Minister is talking to the fact that it's sold and he's waiting for the plans to come back by the persons who purchased this the hotel in Port Lucaya. Could someone please explain to us in layman's terms what's happening?
The hotel was not sold. It never was sold. That was a flam again. They went together to sign a document that would lead to an MOU, Memorandum of Understanding. Sorry, thank you. And that document, that was not an MOU. That was just a document to lead up to an MOU. And so they didn't even have that. So there was nowhere to go with that. It was just a charade. They spent a bunch more money, pretended to break it down. They had the tractor there scraping on the building. They've already repaired the scrapes. And so nothing's going to happen with that. That's a sham. So basically what they're doing now is trying to bring up all of these different things and make it look like they are going to do this and going to do that. Just give them another chance. Then their whole campaign is going to be, a government can't get it done if you only give them one term. It don't take 5 years to build a hospital. It don't take 5 years to sell a hotel.
Absolutely.
It don't take 5 years to do nothing in this country. That's why you have whole 5 years. In fact, in America, they only got 4 years. Look at all Trump has done in 1 year. All right? And so what they do is intentionally do nothing for the whole year, the whole term, and wait till before election, do a couple little small things, hype it up like they did such good, great things, do some things to some of the kids and the young people, and make it look like they so love the country, then start paving some road, and then want you vote for them for that. No, time for this country to make a great leap forward. It's time for us to take flight.
Yes.
We know all of these announcements that were being made between Hubert Minnis, right, when he was in term, which was 4 years ago, leading into this government who's in term for another 4 years. How come the reporters can't see this? And I know you can say, oh, they bought out, but something is like deliberately wrong with the reporting. It's off, and it needs to be corrected.
Yes. Yes. So the media only does what they're told. The Prime Minister has sold the media out. He's bought them out, sorry. And so you're not going to get truth from the media, all right? Like Trump used to call them fake news. That's what the media is in this country. If they're just talking about something generally that happened, like a cat got stuck in a tree or something general, yeah, you could believe them. But anything to do with politics or anything, don't believe nothing they say. They just pushing the agenda of who is giving them the commands. And, that takes us to, it's a sidebar, but looks like Clint Watson didn't get picked after all that selling out.
But that was so obvious, Mr. Bain. If I was the PLP or if I was the PLP, I would not have put Clint in as a candidate either.
Why not?
If you are a Bahamian,
Okay.
you are rich. You have been robbed. Well, Clint, who robbed us? Who robbed us, Clint?
True.
The PLP, the very same party, and the FNM, the very same party you are vying for. You have been robbed. Clint, listen, I love you because you are a human being. But you cannot come to the Bahamian people after all that Bahamian evolution has shown you that the political parties, both political parties have been doing to the Bahamian people for decades. You were even blown away by the evidence.
Wow.
And to see you go back and lick up, I have to use this term, and play up and vomit. That's what that is. I'm sorry it's strong, but listen, the only way we are going to get change in this country is we have to face facts. Yes. We have to speak to the elephant in the room. Yes. And that's basically playing up in your vomit.
Wow. It's the truth. It's the
All
truth.
right, the number is 803-5995, 803-5995. We have a few minutes more, so you can call in at this time, all right? 803-5995.
I want to say this to the Bahamian people. We have been in survival mode for so long. For so long. It almost, when you go into therapy, you have to do a whole revamp of the mind and your thinking and all of that kind of stuff. And someone is showing you better, and you're sitting there because all you know is having crumbs, and that's all you understand. And someone is telling you, but I have better for you. And you're like, no, it's impossible, it's impossible. Please, let's break out of survival mode. And I know you've been there for a long time, but change is here for you and I in this country, in the Bahamas that we love. And we're going to this caller, but please, let's break out of this and accept the change.
Call you live, go ahead.
Yes, Mr. Bean, I'm really watching you, and I want to speak on. I like what they're saying about the tourism and everything. And what I always worried about in this country is the youth in sports. We have a problem with them. You know, you have the same people representing this country and not showing no type of interest of helping out the people in this country with the sports. The sports plays a big part in this country. And I don't know why it's been like that for years. The same people being in power and repeatedly going through the same thing year after year after year. I understood because I used to be a sports fellow too as well. And softball, the Bahamas used to represent number 3, number 2 years back then. And we used to have tournaments come and hear people from all different sorts. And it just started going down and going down. And the people start coming. We can make money in this country as well by having people come into tournaments. Because if you win the tournament, the money goes to the government and goes to the team as well too. You understand? But you putting people in place who don't believe in helping out the youths, pushing them where they belong. Baseball, softball, all them gone down. We don't have no good players like we used supposed to because continuously they keep putting the same old people in place to go represent the country.
Yeah.
And it's a cry shame.
Yeah.
You understand?
Thank you for your call, man.
We need to do something about that sports too, the youth in sports. Get them people out of it because they travel and represent the country. They got money as well. And what they do with the money, keep it for themselves. They share it around the club. And they don't care about where they play. Years ago, my mom, they used to play ball. My mom, they used to represent number 1, number 2. Right now, the ladies' team represent what? 55 in the world. The men's team represent what? 32 in the world. And it's a cry shame. We need to work on that as well.
Yes. Thank you, man. Appreciate your call.
And if you work on that, having tournaments, because year-round, they have tournaments all over Mexico, Venezuela, Colombia, America, Canada. And they have like 2 sets of teams. One go Colombia, one go Venezuela. You have A and B. And they pay their players. They take care of their players. Poor countries like Venezuela and Mexico, them fellas get paid. They work by exercising, working out. We have to come from work, go to the park, and just practice.
All right. Thanks for your call, man. Appreciate it. So, as we revealed last week, and we've been revealing from the last election, we're going to invest heavily in sports because we believe there's a return on investment in investing heavily in sports. And that's that, you know, when our athletes are representing all over the world, people are going to hear about the Bahamas, and that's advertisement. Nike pays billions to put their logo on athletes' jersey every year, billions. All right, and so we believe in the same thing, and we are going to invest heavily in sports. And yes, we are going to attract a lot and create a lot of tournaments for people and athletes to come here, and we're gonna do what we can to get those tournaments that we have on ESPN, etc. And that's more promotion. We're gonna pay for that because we're gonna benefit from that. Whereas it might be getting something on ESPN. Do you know what kind of advertisement that is? If we have water sports tournaments here, if we get the Olympics to come here, the world will never stop talking about us. If we get other tournaments to come right here in the Bahamas, I think we got to start thinking differently. Let's go to the phone lines. Call you live. Go ahead.
Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Mr. Bain.
Good evening.
Yeah, question there for Grand Bahama again. I remember now, it's in 2004 to now, the Bahama Princess Tower Resort and Casino was closed for 22 years. That's under 4 administration. They never went to no other avenue to find name brand hotels to come to Grand Bahama. But the Grand Lucaya, they tried to sell, I guess, for 8 or 9 times. So that means we're only good for 1 hotel in Grand Bahama. So make that make sense to me. 22 years, they could never open that resort. And then try to sell 1 hotel.
Are you from Grand Bahama?
Yes, sir.
Did you believe the nonsense that the government was running on with?
That's a pure nonsense because everybody who lives there know he was talking craziness.
Wow. Wow. Well, under the F&M and PLP, that hotel is never going to be developed, and nothing good is going to happen for Grand Bahama. So we just need to finally get rid of them and do something different. All right, caller. Appreciate your call.
Thank you.
All right. I can tell you that I was a part of a group when they first tried to sell that hotel during the lockdowns. I was part of a group that was trying to buy that hotel. Wow. We actually won the bid. I have the emails to show you to say that we were the front runners, etc. We won the bid. The bid was closed. We were waiting around for about a month. A month later, RCL announced, we saw in the paper, RCL says they're putting in a bid, but the thing was closed.
Wow.
And so they called a meeting with us. We met with them in the Prime Minister's office, and we also met in Grand Bahama with Crazy Thompson and his team and the rest of them. So don't think the F&M know better. We met with them, and my partners were like, the bid was closed. We won the bid, and so why are you why are you allowing RCL to bid? And they said, well, we're going to allow them to bid. But what we want y'all to do is they don't have the money. Y'all have proof of funds. Y'all have the money in the bank. Why don't y'all give them the money, partner with them, and then everybody wins?
What?
So my partners was like, no, that means we lose because we won the bid, and you're telling us to now partner with RCL, and that's not fair. He said he was going to sue, and that's the kind of stuff that happens in this country. And that could have only been, I have no proof of that, but that could only be some kind of under-the-table deal because the bid was closed. All right? What in the world is that? And guess what? That hotel never sold because of what they did. In fact, on the day that they signed with RCL, you might not remember this, but on the day they signed with RCL, hail fell from the sky in Grand Bahama. Big ice was dropping everywhere and causing damage. Not only that, the whole dock at the shipyard broke. Their most valuable dock totally split. No earthquake or nothing, just out of nowhere, just broke. And the crane that was there, the cranes fell on RCL's cruise ship and damaged it. And the same amount of money they agreed to buy for, $60 million, that's how much it cost them to repair the ship.
Oh my goodness, wow.
And guess who owns that dock? RCL and Carnival. All right? And it's still not sold to this day. Those persons had $1 billion to invest in Grand Bahama. The problem is, we wasn't talking nothing under the table. That's the only problem. But but they had $1 billion to transform Grand Bahama. They told us, we met at Minist's office, all right? Who's heading up the the fella dying now, Joshua Sayers. And we met at Minist's office, and they told us, listen, man, RCL got to go get the money from somewhere. Y'all have the money. Just give them the money. That's the kind of stuff that happens in this country. And now Grand Bahama is still suffering.
Grand Bahama is going to, unfortunately, stay like that as long as the PLP and FNM has seats in those constituencies. There's not going to be change. What they can look forward to is little petty surface governance. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Ginger Moxie is in Grand Bahama in Pine Ridge?
Yes.
In Pine Ridge. And what I need to send a message to my people. Please do not be moved by what they are doing in the community. I normally just get backlash when I speak up on women representation. I have and I hold us to a high standard. We are not perfect. But in leadership, I would like to feel the impact of a woman in parliament putting policies that is going to change our lives as women on a level, listen to me, on a level we have never seen in this country. I don't want to see my member of parliament, a Leslie Miller Bryce, in the community just painting and doing this little thing and doing that. You are in the house to put policies and legislations in place.
Yes.
That's what we are paying you for.
Yeah.
We have civic organizations, Miss Claire,
Yeah.
that can do the things that they are doing in the community that they are thinking are such mass governance. We need policy change. Policy shifts,
Yes.
it builds,
Yes.
and it cultivates a nation. That means even after they are gone,
Yep. It's still in place.
that's what you call legacy. So to my fellow Bahamians, stop praising these MPs for coming out in the community and pushing down the bushes, for coming out in the community and feeding you hot dogs, for coming out in the community and having little events. That is not what a member of parliament is about. While they are in the house, you notice they coming out rich and coming in the neighborhood like what Sabas doing right now.
Yep.
Putting roof, building this. No, we won't. Listen to me. Minutes was on the side of the road doing TikTok, pointing at the garbage on the side of the road. Minutes, you was the former or the fifth, he was the fifth prime minister.
So,
Correct me if I'm wrong.
it's a fifth, yeah. Fourth.
The fourth prime minister of the Bahamas, and you are on the side of the road pointing at garbage. If you want to come back in parliament, shouldn't you be putting, ladies, shouldn't he be putting policies together? I want to know that Minister is interested in empowering us through our sovereign wealth fund. Don't point to garbage on the side of the road.
It's true. It's
We
fourth.
need real governance in this country. The things that they are doing and calling it a good time or real governance, that's a slap in the face. And this is why they treat us the way they treat us. This is why they insult us the way they insult us.
Yes.
This isn't governance. I need Leslie and them to get in the house and fight for our sovereign wealth fund. Get in the house and empower us through land. Draft policies, enforce policies, enhance policies. We don't need to be looking pretty and smiling, coming out inside the communities, doing little menial. What is that? Let me share something with you. I am highly offended when I see my people praising that type of work. Highly offended. We paying them from the public treasury to sit in the most powerful house in this country.
Sacred house.
To come back down to clean a sidewalk and call it good governance. To be present in the community and say that's good governance. Listen to me. Under the coalition of independence, you ain't gonna want to see your MP. You know why? Your MP empower you to the point where you don't even have time to see him. He gonna have to make appointment to see you. That's the whole point.
Yes.
Let's go to phone
Yes. Yes.
Call you live. Go ahead, call you live. Yeah, turn down your TV.
Okay, let me do that. But Charlotte was still on the. Okay, yes. Hello.
Yes.
Yes. I'm curious to find out. What are we gonna do about this Haitian invasion that we have coming here to this country, right? And we know that documents are being issued out to these people, right? Okay. Now we already had. Remember, the speech that the Haitian guy said, it is more of them than us. That was before all of this drama started going on. So you can imagine we have Bahamas there every day, bringing in abundance and abundance of them. Okay? So my point is, what we going to do? See, we can't be just talking, oh, we going to do this. And what we going to do to put a stop to that? I mean, it's got to be a stop because these people outnumber us.
Have you been following this movement?
I was following you straight through, man, and everybody listen to me. I eat shit, piss, excuse my language, COI. And everybody I come in contact with, because, you have some younger Bahamians who say that they're not voting, and I try to convince them, hey, look here, go and register. Then you got some again, what will say, things like, man, we got this, man. But I try to persuade them from see, I done learned a lot with the human guys. They just want a party to get drunk, and that's it. They ain't concerned about nothing what's going on until it's too late.
Well, back to your
Please,
point.
man.
Back to your point.
Let me sleep good at night, knowing that, hey, look here, something's gonna take place because this Louis George and this one and that one coming on talking a head full of nonsense. I have a big problem with that, and I convinced that if we don't get a grab a hold of this election, that's it. We finish.
Yeah, don't worry about Louis George. Louis George will not be welcome in Haiti, and he will not be welcome here. Those treasonous comments and actions of his, they have consequences. But I'll leave that there. You asked what we are going to do. If you've been following us, you should know what we have been doing. We have been holding the government's feet to the fire. We would have already been flooded beyond measure in this country if it wasn't for the COI. If COI had packed up in 2021 like most parties always do and disappeared, this country would have been in a serious state. It would have been over. The biggest problem is not the invasion of the Haitians, as you're talking about. The biggest problem is our Haitian leadership. That's the problem. Because the leadership is allowing us to be invaded right in front of our eyes. And we are closing our eyes to the problem. We have a Haitian leader of the country in Philip Brave Davis. That's his words, not mine. He said he is one of them. All right? So that ain't my words. Don't say I saying something out of order. That's his words. And we have a Haitian leader of the opposition. And so the future is, hold on, they can't hear what you're saying. I hear you talking, but they can't hear you right now while I'm talking. We have a Haitian leader of the opposition. We are told that his mother is actually Haitian, and he was adopted by Miss Benson. But his birth mother is Haitian, and we just asked him to prove or deny. You know how hard that is. I'll do that. If someone asks me, I'll do that. You ask me, I could lay it out on the table for you. All right, but he is running from that, of course. And we asked him to show his birth certificate. I'll show my birth certificate. I have no problem doing that. All right, I'll show my birth certificate in a heartbeat because I'm a proud Bahamian. So I ain't got no shame in my birth certificate. And so With these people who are sympathetic towards other nations, that's where some of the problem comes in. I don't have no problem with Haitians or Chinese or Jamaicans or anyone, you know. I just believe that Bahamians should be first in our. Hold on. They can't hear you while you're talking, so just hold a sec. You keep talking, but I tell you they can't hear you. Only me could hear you talking, but I can't hear what you're saying. I have no problem with Haitian, Jamaican, or any of those persons, but Bahamians should be put first in our country. Jamaicans should be first in Jamaica. Haitians first in Haiti. All right? Americans first in America. Bahamians first in the Bahamas. And if you come here to share this country with us, just come the right way, man. We ain't bad for saying that. Go ahead, caller.
But I watched you the other day. When you said, okay, well, could we have somebody in the room with us to make sure that these people could speak English, they could do this, and everybody tried to fight you down, you know?
Yeah.
They tried to fight you down. And right there, that there was a conflict of interest right there to me. You know what I mean? I mean, come on, man. I mean, I don't see nothing you said was so wrong. Nothing was wrong with that. And that's the way all my life. You know, it's the way things should go.
All right, thanks for your call, man. Yeah. All right, I think we got to wrap it up now. We done gone over time. But I just want to let the Bahamian people know to go and read our vision for tourism, comment on it. We're going to, in short order, we're going to be releasing our full Vision 2030, our final plan. The plan we gave out there was a proposal and a draft, and now we're going to be releasing the final plan to show you exactly what's going to be done, when it's going to be done, how it's going to be done. Everything is going to be right there for you, so you have something to reference. So if we tell you within the first month we're going to be start issuing Crown land, and in the first month we didn't do that, then you know the time to hit the streets. All right? But I'm saying you will be able to see what our plan is in our timeline. And we'll be able to explain everything to you because we're coming to the Bahamian people on a weekly basis, just like we do now. And we'll be able to explain where we are and where we're going and make sure everyone does this together and we understand everything. I'll take this one last caller since they still called in. Go ahead, caller.
Good night. I'm calling from Grand Bahama, and I just wanted to say that tell Daddy, so-called Daddy, ring the bell. That's it. Good night.
Thanks for your call. Daddy? Brave Daddy? Bravest? Just ring the bell. Just ring the bell. That's all we want you to do. Ring the bell. All right? You can't take any more calls. You see the phone line still going off, Doug, but we can't take any more calls. I'll show you this, Aisha. This right here, you're going to call their name. This one of Trump policymakers. And as you can see, I am here with a whole bunch of them.
Wow, yes.
And as you can see, they're putting together policies and suggestions, etc. We ain't just talking this, we doing this.
Yep, we are.
All right, and you could Google his name later. But these are the policymakers, and we're talking to people from around the world, all over the world. People are so interested.
Wow.
There are foreigners more interested in the New Bahamas than Bahamians.
Yes, yes.
They're like, the Bahamas have so much potential. We want to be part of this, man, but not under the PLP and F&M. They too crooked. Mm-hmm. And so we are going to bring this change. And that's the financial policy maker, one of them who I was talking to about the Sovereign Wealth Fund and the thing for children and all that. And I could show you where he said he was doing giving Trump the plans.
Wow.
But anyway, but ladies and gentlemen, the future is bright if you want it to be bright. Sorry, the phone keeps ringing. I can't answer anymore. We done do 3 hours probably. I even look at the clock. But this was powerful. I want to thank our Shadow Minister of Tourism. I believe in you. I believe that you could transform tourism. On day one, I am going to instruct the Minister of Tourism to send a memo to the casinos to let them know that that policy is canceled forthwith, immediately, effective.
Yes.
Immediately. That Bahamians should be allowed to gamble in the casinos just like every other human being. Mm-hmm. Just like the Americans can come and gamble in casinos, Bahamians should come. Just like the Haitian could come from Haiti on the plane and gamble in the casino.
That's right.
But you can't.
It's true. It's true.
The Chinese could come. But you can't. Because you are less than a human in the eyes of Bahamian law. And we're going to change that on day one and make sure that Bahamians own casinos. We can own them together. And we're already talking to the experts around the world to get this done. Y'all stay tuned. Now, you could vote for the same old, we pave road and we could build this school and we could build some house. You could do that, or we could have the Dubai of the Western Hemisphere. Your choice.
Yes, it has been a provocative, again, session. We have garnered more information. We have gotten some documents that we are not even finished with yet. Mr. Bain is going to add to it. But you know something, Bahamians, it's time, like I said before, to get out survival mode. We're not in survival mode anymore. We are the ones calling the shots. And as you can see, they're coming to your doors and they're begging you, practically asking you, I need your vote, because you are more than you think you are in this country. And I want you to know that when you're registered to vote, your voice is very, very big. So know that you are the one that is going to create the rules and say what is going to happen in this country and what is not going to happen in this country, because you are at the hem of everything that is going on. I want you to know that you are more than you think you are in this country. And again, we will make you even stronger as a Bahamian. We will build your confidence even more, because we know that you've been through so much, because we've been through it as well. There is so much more for you, Bahamians. There's so much more for your children, their children. There's so much more. I don't know if you have anything to say before we go, Ms. Green, in closing.
Yes, in closing, I would just like to send out my deepest condolences to Philippa and Dion Adderley on the tragic passing of their daughter, Chanel Adderley, who lost her life on, I think, Prince Charles Drive.
Yes.
May God comfort your family whilst you continue to go through this most trying time. And to all of my future constituents, look forward to seeing me on the ground next week with my campaign team. Also to the other rest of constituents in the various communities and constituencies, look forward to seeing the rest of my colleagues on the ground as we continue to canvass towards the new Bahamas.
Yes.
And I'll be in Pinewood tomorrow at 5 p.m.
He had to
So
stick
who
that
wants
in.
to come and join me?
Yes.
Come and join me
Boots on the
tomorrow
ground.
at 5 p.m. Meet me by the Pinewood headquarters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got to take Pinewood.
Yes. Yes, my name is Aisha Claire, and I am joined with our leader, Mr. Lincoln Bain, and our national chairman, Ms. Charlotte Green, and we are wishing you a wonderful week, and we will see you again, same time, same place.
Next week is healthcare.
Healthcare.
5 o'clock, right here.
Next week at 5 o'clock, we'll talk about healthcare. See you then.